Hey guys, it's Matty Miller with Heavener Realty, and today I get this question a lot, and people ask there's a lot of fees, are there hidden costs or there hidden fees? So we'll get into more of those here in a second. So one of the things that I really like to do with people, and I've actually had multiple, buyers throughout the process compliment, basically our process. And the one thing I want to make sure that every person that goes through our program while buying a house, the one thing I want to make sure of is they don't have any kind of sticker shock. And what I mean by sticker shock is when they get their final documents to close on their house, their payment's higher than what it's estimated, or sometimes some people don't even get an estimate, which I don't know how you actually go through that process and not know what your payment's going to be, or what your HOA or CDD and all those things that are added in together. Those things have to be discussed, and the way we do it is we're going to give you an estimate prior to you even submitting an offer, so you know exactly what your payment is. And it's not, when I say exactly, it's not going to be down to the penny, but it's going to be pretty close. And a lot of the times we'll estimate a little bit on the higher end. We'll take all those fees and everything that's going to be included in there to make sure you understand exactly what you're getting into, because it's a 30-year commitment. For a lot of people, most people won't live in their houses for 30 years, but it is a 30-year commitment according to that piece of paper that you're signing when you go to closing. So we want to make sure that you're very aware of what's going on. One of the other things that people often forget about when they go to purchase a home is the additional fees that they may not have had at their previous place. Maybe they were renting a condo, and kind of all of it was included in the condo fees. But now when you own a home, you're going to have lawn service, pest control, pool service, things like that, that you're going to have as a monthly cost. So we can go ahead and add those into a payment plan for you, so that way you know that they're there. If you want to do those things yourself, that's fine too. But all those things have to come up to the top of the brain when you think about buying a home and being a homeowner. So we want to make sure you're aware of those. The other one is when you get this list of fees on a settlement statement or your closing documents, there is a lot of fees on there. And that can be fairly overwhelming, and it goes for anything from doc stamps to title insurance to property taxes, which your impounds. And why do I have to pay ahead on my property taxes? Well, because you got to put it into your escrow. There's a lot of things that people ask that it seems like a lot of money up front, and they're like, wait, I thought it was just only this. Well, we're here to break those things down for you. We want to make sure that you understand them. So we'll go through them step by step with you and answer any questions that you have during that process. So one other thing you want to be aware of when we're discussing, you buying a home is there's a lot of assistance programs out there in the past, especially that we've used. If you bought a house 5 years ago, you probably used some type of first-time buyer program of some level or another. It was a $5,000, $10,000. I think there's some that were up to $15,000, depending on what you qualified for. One thing that you want to be aware of, and you wanted to make sure that you knew, was that particular program forgivable? In other words, do you have to pay it back, or do you not have to take it back? Was it free money or not free money? There are a lot of situations when people go to close now where they actually have one of those programs basically hidden as a second mortgage on their profile, so they got to pay that money back, and they didn't know it, and no one probably told them that. So that's a pretty big screw up on an agent's part, to not tell somebody, hey, this is forgivable, you're gonna have to pay it back, but you have to pay it back when you sell your house. And sometimes those can include interest too. So understand what you're getting into and make sure that you're asking the right questions to any agent when you're going down the buying process. They should be able to tell you what's going on and how it's going to affect the deal, what you're going to have to do when you sell the house, all those things. We just want to make sure here at ERA that you're getting the best service and you know what you're entering into for that 30-year commitment, even though statistically you'll buy a different house in about 6 to 7 years. Average person buys a house every 7 years, statistically speaking. So either way, if you have any questions about going through that process and understanding some of those hidden costs and fees that really shouldn't be hidden, that's kind of the whole point. If they're hidden costs and hidden fees, then somebody's probably not telling you the truth. If you have any questions about those, or maybe you need a second opinion or somebody to look over something for you, or you just have a quick question, again, this is Matty Miller with ERA Real Estate. Have a great day.